day. Yeah. They went and played at the patch Saturday morning, went to golf.
No, it was something else. It was
All righty, as we just get set up here for the men's game in the Anzac Day tradition of the grand finalists for this year. I'm going to be joined in commentary again by my mate, Mr. Craig Schicker, and hasn't the weather just pulled out something a bit special now? A bit warm out there.
It has. It's gone up a couple of notches, Tone, and that's what we would expect with a big Anzac Day Classic today. I see no different. The last 3 or 4 have been real belters, haven't they? So the sun has come out. It's really steaming up. 27, 28 degrees on the BOM website at the moment.
And I'll tell you, the trenches are going to be hot today, aren't they?
They will be.
They will. And we would expect nothing less for this Anzac Day clash, because it's always one as whether you be coaching or playing, that it's an honour to play on Anzac Day in any form. But this is just a little bit special sometimes.
It is. It is going to be a big one too, Tone. Big key matchups or areas of the game where we would like to think one team might dominate or be able to control the game through.
Well, number one for me is the face-off. And you've got the current Australian Sharks face-off player in Jackson Stock. And congratulations to Jackson for making that side.
Mm-hmm.
But he is going to, I think, dominate the X today, and that'll give Brighton the first opportunity. I don't know who Glenelg will play through there, but you'd think Keesing might get a go. You might even see Paddy Palmer going through with a long, or Kesavan, or I don't know. I think they've got, that's one where they're going to probably be on the back end of it. So you want them to be playing 6-on-6 lacrosse, not fast man break lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's going to start. I think, as always, the 2 keepers here, quality keepers, they are going to play a big part, as they always do. What about defensively, mate? Some younger guys in the defence for both sides.
There is a few young guys. That Glenelg, the turnover there has been quite significant there. So a lot of youth in that defensive lineup, and likewise with Brighton, they've opened the door up to a few new guys. So I think we've got Tommy Perkins running around out there. But just trying to have a look at all the numbers out there. But we've got a number 15. We've got a few numbers written down wrong here on our sheet. On our sheet. So we've just got to we'll come back to you with that.
We'll come back to that. But
it's an absolute mess, actually.
You can see here the boys just going, and the crowd's really built up. And if you are joining in on Lacrosse SA TV, we thank you for your patronage here. Try and get the shout-outs coming through. We will try and get back to as many as we can, because there's nothing like a little bit of interaction with our viewers, and they come far and wide. And we see Glenelg split up into the offense and defensive ends out there at the moment. So they are just going through their last-minute instructions. And the referees for today out there, we've got Gowdy, we've got Ricky, we've got, who else is over there? Zach, is it? And maybe Slim, Simon Olsen. So that'll be the refereeing crew or officiating crew for the day. And they are looking splendid in their black and white out there. And red, as my mother just comes across. Hello. Oh, new nose, hey? See, now I don't have my mother's nose, Shicks.
Good.
So the players just going through their last-minute instructions. And what's your thought process with this one? I mean, last year Brighton getting up over the winning the grand final.
Yeah, well, it's a new year, Tone. Two old foes battling it away. I think we'll see some real negative, negating style gameplay off the centre X. I agree with you. I think Jack Woodford still has an upper hand over the Glenelg team. So therefore, Jackson Stock, of course, will have a really dominant time in there as well. I would expect, like you said, I would expect number 15 for Glenelg, Seb Hardest, with a long pole to play a lot of face-off today. I'd expect Pat Palmer to probably pinch in as well. Glenelg may even go to a fact of 2 poles on the sidelines. I'm not sure. That could be the go. Yeah, Noah Haskett.
I see number 3 out there, Noah Haskett, playing offence for Glenelg. Just, I know they had young Rob in there last year as well for a couple, but Haskett looks like he's just made his way into it. And Henry coming on board as well. So a couple of Haskets.
Yeah, so I think 8 of these guys played Div 1 only a couple of days ago, so they would have had time to gel and slaughter whoever they played against. Pretty, really good for the game. But, yeah, so you're right. Noah did throw a bag of goals that day in Div 1, so...
well, he's probably then earned his spot potentially if he's gone down there to be looked at. With Robbie away, obviously, I think he was over with the 18s. Potentially. But we see Glenelg just going through their last little warm-ups, Brighton little warm-ups. I can't... Normally, as a coach, you sit here and you look at body language between the two groups, and they're very even at the moment. I don't see anything that's standing out. Normally, you see someone up and about and you think they're going to come out and hit hard. They're both fairly relaxed at the moment, these two teams.
Maybe new coaching staff for Glenelg can throw a new, just something new. I think Glenelg needs to bring something new. I think Brighton has full confidence in looking after Glenelg and whatever they throw at them. They have done for a number of years. So for me, Glenelg probably just need to reinvent themselves in some way. So
we've got 4 Aussie Sharks playing out here today. Two alternates on the Glenelg side in Jack and Pat, and you've got Fussy and Jackson on this side. So they're not far away from an Aussie campaign in San Diego. I think they should almost be at the top of their game. The one I always love for Glenelg, obviously the sniper. He's one of my favourites. But I'll tell you down here, there's another sniper as a left-hander, is Tommy Freeman. And if Anson Carter and Tom Freeman can get on some of those transition ball, which Brighton love to bring, you know, there's 4 or 5. And
yeah, we saw the impact of Ed Pike as well in that forward line. So another year on from Ed Pike, obviously the captain of the 21 World Cup team for Australia. So another 12 months in with this group here. Ed Pike will certainly really enjoy playing with Anson and Tom, who are always in the right place at the right time.
So they're, as the long sticks just go about their business, we see Gowdy just coming over to have a quick chat. And but over the field here, Schick says some quality in both sides.
There is. We look forward to it, Tone. We look forward to it. Let's get some quality ads going with our sponsors, and we'll be right back after the ads with the official ceremonies, which you probably play a hand in.
Oh, I hope not.
See you soon.
LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible. LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible.
Thanks, Tony. I'm going to introduce the players, coaches and officials. We'll go with the officials first, if you can make your way out to the centre of field. The national anthem was played prior to the women's match. All right, let's get into it. Open the contest,
And there we go. We start the traditional Anzac Day ceremonies there. And it's always a moving moment, Shix, to hear the last post and just the respect shown there for our current and ex-servicemen and women.
Yeah, a few fallen soldiers over the time to Tone. And we'll see a few fallen today too out here on the battlefield of Lacrosse.
Well, they certainly are always competitive, these two sides together. They have a real rivalry which has probably stemmed over the last 10-odd years, and no one ever gives an inch when these two sides play. So, and we expect nothing less today. We see the captains out there for both respective sides, Fuss, Barker and Woodford. And on the Glenelg side, we see Evans, Palmer and Watts. So, yeah. Coin toss here, Shix. Anything, Brighton, that sun at the moment, pretty much overcast here.
No, I don't think it matters.
Not going to play an issue today.
I don't think. Maybe for the Brighton guys, they probably train at one end. They'll be more familiar at one end. But does that really come into it? Probably not. They've played enough here to know.
So as we get the real stuff underway here, live and free on LSA TV. We hope you're joining us from wherever you are joining us. We hope you enjoy the coverage. And we see Ricky and Gowdy in the middle there, just getting ready for them. We wish the officials well today as they do their job out there. And who are we going to see? So Keesing lining up in the face-off here. And for Brighton, as Woodford goes to the bench, we see Jackson Stock. So a bit of a changing of the guard in that Brighton face-off. Stock and Keesing. As we see Baker on the outer side here, up against Palmer. Two longies as Matty Fuss hits the other side. He has Jack Price on the other side. So defence for Brighton there. We have Inglis as the face-off is won almost. And just doesn't pick it up. Good work there from Baker, getting first ground ball of the day.
Just not good enough for the Glenelg pole, was it? But
great work there from Evans.
A little bit of a tap and a bounce and a landing. And Glenelg, after all that, Tony, will have first crack at it.
Well, they had no right at first crack at that one then, but that's the way it goes. So Price up the top here. He has Williams to his right. And he receives the ball now down to the sniper, who kicks the ball down there to Haskett. Noah Haskett. Out to Evans. Back up to Bartlett, and around we go. And they're setting up for... And a lot of their play does come through Price here. So Price down the outer side. Oh, tink, tink, tink. Watch out in the crowd. Tell you what, there's hand grenades being thrown early here off the top bar. And that ball is going to be a Brighton ball. And Matty Fuss will come and pick it up, and no damage done. No damage done with that one. So Fuss with the ball. He'll use his motors to come out. And just a little bit of a love tap. But Evans, bang, here we go. Oh, there you go. Shix with one touch first. Good work there again from Evans. That's 2 turnovers from Evans so far. Contested, and he's come to play as Dan Evans.
Just struggling to get the ball forward in that regard, the Bombers.
So ball down the bottom here with Haskett. Kicks it to Keesing. Jakey Rosenthal back for the Bombers. He's in a defensive end. You don't often see Jake in a defensive end. As the sniper comes around, gets some free space, gets to free the hips, and might have just hit Inglis there on the foot. Or is that Anderson? And the ball coming back the other way. And one of the changes for this year, Shix, is we've gone back to 20-minute quarters in State League.
That's right. So those of you listening at home, just brace yourself for an extra 5.
20 minutes.
Extra 5 per quarter, is it?
Yeah, extra 20 minutes. And Brighton just a little bit, that's 3 turnovers with the ball already. And there's no damage done on the scoreboard, but that man again, Evans, seems to be in everything early.
Yeah, Rosenthal just dropped the handle on that. Couldn't get a wheel on it.
So ball, as they send some subs on. So there's a couple of numbers here a bit different. We'll try and work them out. I know Mitch Fuss is wearing 1. I've got him as 7 on here, but I'm not sure who is wearing 7 out there at the moment with the helmet. So ball down the back here with Haskett. And just passes it off there to Bartlett. Over to Nickel. Kicks it up here to Henry Haskett. So ball kicks down the back. Liam Hood out there for his first game for Glenelg, and he looks fine wearing the 7 as he just gets the ball as he's on there. So another addition to the Glenelg squad. And Haskett just burns past, fires, and that one's gone to the left. So Glenelg with all the offense early, but there is no damage on that scoreboard yet, Chicks.
There isn't.
So Nickel with the ball at the back, picks up Rosenthal. As I said, not accustomed to be there, and good save there from Chippy. And pressure has to come here as Bartlett tiptoes the back line. As Green picks him up. Again, nice step again from Haskett. And just firing bombs there at the moment.
Yeah, none on target, Tone.
No.
So Chippy getting a couple of good siders. Get those old eyes dialed in.
Haskett looks in. Sniper is on the back end of that one. And good little look inside there from Haskett.
It was.
As we see here, the boys just celebrating. So Glenelg with the first shot on target as far as in the back of the cage. And that comes from the sniper, Benny Robinson. So 1-0. And here we go. We see Woodford into the centre. Into his customary role against Keesing. On the outer side here, we got Seb Hardis with a long stick. And against the speedster in Mitch Fuss. So ball, 1, lost. Still to be 1. Keesing can't pick it up. How's that lush ground going to, those ground balls might be just a little bit harder to pick up. Good outlet there from Watts. Looks, and it'll come through Kai Williams. Back into the offensive end for Glenelg. As we see Anson Carter makes his way down to defensive end as well for Brighton. Anson wouldn't have found himself there too many times.
He'd like to avoid it. He'd like to avoid it.
I'll tell you who you shouldn't avoid is our sponsors. Hey, 180 Finance, traditional. Andrew Young Real Estate. So ball down the bottom with Williams. Just going some swim moves. Oh, a little over the back. Kai Williams has come with the party tricks today. And gets around the back here. What have we got here? On the Young Real Estate replay here, Shicks.
Yeah, Mitch Fuss, real lungy. Look at that big lunge coming through here. Gone. Tried to hit hips. Missed completely. Absolute fresh air. And that gave time for Kai Williams to get in the kayak and go rowing around the corner.
He certainly swam a short distance, but made it all the way to where he was aiming. So Glenelg 2-0 up here early in the first. Back into the centre, we see Stock up against Keesing. Now they've won both the face-offs here, but lost the ground balls from them. So ball to be won. Very sandy out there in that that face-off position. We've got a whistle, loose ball push going the way of Glenelg. So Price will pick the ball up. I didn't see that one, Chicks. But Ricky was on the spot. So Price kicks the ball back up here. And ball heads down to Evans.
Baker defending. Michael Green out there as well. Matt Fuss out here to Jackson Stock.
He likes that sweep against Stocky.
He does. Good D though, Stock. Evans up to Palmer. Palmer with Fuss. The Aussie captain has him covered. all over him now. That looks to be Will Inglis, I think, down the bottom corner at
Yep,
16.
Bartlett under pressure. It's the ball up.
Baker up and about like a little yapping dog, chasing the postie all over the field.
Tell you what, right at the ankles, wasn't he?
Absolutely, good to see. Good covered D there, good talk. Stock has angles covered. Palmer wants to go and go and go.
He's seen Kai Williams swimming down the bottom, and he thinks maybe the water's good up the top.
Ever ready. Hood with Green down to Noah Haskett.
Has it, as you say, Inglis on him. Ball down there to Baker. And Evans picks Baker up. Hood, Green just giving Hood a little bit of, but not worried about that slide there, more worried about the off-ball movement. And we see Glenelg off to a ripping start here. And we see, was that Dan Evans coming through there? Picks the ball up, cleared space. Hood's cleared the space really well there. And Evans gets his first. And Glenelg out to a 3-0 lead, and a timeout called here by Mark Mangan and the Brighton coaches, just to have a little bit of a chat about this.
Making the most of their opportunities. Seahawks 3-0 early lead. Like you mentioned though, Tone, not winning, not having control of the ball at the X can quickly turn things. So Brighton having dominance on the X, if they can just, and I'm sure they will be talking about it now, Coach Mangan will be talking about exit strategy with ball out of the crease, out of the X, face-off X, then, you know, just time, isn't it? Time and stick with guys like Carter, Freeman, who've done it so many times before, Pike down the front end. So Glenelg just being able to starve Brighton of offensive movement.
Well, they've had 3 turnovers already coming into their offensive set. All 3 of those effectively been turned over by Dan Evans, so playing a good defensive role. But you can never ever write this Brighton side off, can you? When the last thing you want to do is close your eyes and just think you're going to coast in and you're 3-0 up. And I tell you what, why wouldn't you coast into Trad VC, Shicks? Hey, for roofing, guttering, carports and verandas, they've got you covered, literally.
How do I get in contact with them?
83763639.
Same number as last year, you beauty.
Same number for the last 5 years, but I believe they've been in business for about 10 times that, haven't they?
Many more.
Many, many more. So get in touch with Trad VC on tradvc.com.au. And ball back in the centre. Set down by Zach Tremlett. Here we go. Here's an opportunity. Great pick up there from Mitch Fuss. And Mitch Fuss just brings the ball into offence. Jack Woodford up the top. So Brighton with their first real opportunity in offence. Carter. Well, that's Pikey wearing 5 out there, is it?
It is Ed Pike and 5. So you look at the 3 big guys out here who have had this time and time again. Woodford, Carter, Freeman. So there'll be no panic here, Tone. There'll be no panic at 3-0.
Absolutely not. They got Brooks out there as well with Mitch Fuss. And Pikey down the back, who, as you say, he's seen this group now for the last 12 months and will be feeling more comfortable. So Freeman with the ball, little offset pick, and those two work really well together. Carter steps in, little foot there. Patino just missed the cage, so that's gone there to the back, but great pick up there from Pike. Pike kicks it back to Carter, looking inside. Just gets beaten. K-Man, he might have nightmares from that grand final last year. So ball up the top. And back to Woodford. So no damage done as yet on the back of the Glenelg net. Oh, just not good save there from Watts up top. And outlets here to, but look at Pike. Hey, he's got some motors on him, but Keesing running all the way. He's been chasing bad guys, I think. Keesing looks, oh, Noah just needed to keep his feet moving. Just flat on the crease, or flat on their goal line extended there. Good opportunity for Glenelg. And
matchups take place, so Glenelg able to get a fancied 3 out the front end. Ed Pike found himself playing defence on this occasion. And Fuss and Doug Brooks.
And Haskett just dragging Green up the top. Ball over there to Henry Haskett. And Ball's back down the back here. Kicks into the Sniper. Sniper up to Haskett and Kai Williams. He's already had some party tricks today. And a good defence there from Fuss, just double. And we've got a flag down. So a flag on the play there. Might be a 1 minute slash. Looks up the top. Haskett, he's had a couple of shots already off the feet. And there's another one. So they're going to be 2 men down here. Flags flying everywhere. I tell you what, there's some gold out there at the moment.
It'll be just the one man. He's going to be done for two individuals, I would think. Mitch Fuss.
I'm seeing Pike about to sit. No, Pike's just rotating. Okay, so, yep, you are right, Chick. So you're all over it.
Yeah, both carrying the ball carrier both times. Probably done for, I don't know if they want to call it a bar check or an illegal push or whatever they want to call it. But
first one, obviously, slash. Gold. But he recovered well to get back. But Glenelg with a huge opportunity, and we get to see their first man up of the day, setting up in a 1-3-2, or basically a bit of a 1-3-2. Kicking down, looking at, and there's enough left-handers out there that they can overplay this left-hand side. Outside shot had probably not how it was written up, but Glenelg get the ball back. Williams with the ball, kicks it to Price. Price down to Bartlett. Back to Price, little bit of a rotation, little wheel coming here. Haskett, bang, top corner. And that one did rattle the cookie jar up there. And Noah Haskett from about that 15-metre mark puts one up, and big top corner there, and got another whistle here. I'm not sure who called that timeout.
Glenelg timeout just to lock that penalty away.
Good call. So we see Haskett with one there. And 4-0 here, Shicks.
Probably just catching Clint Barker a little bit unaware there as that wheel went around the back side. A little bit of a shift on the left-hand side for Glenelg, and what was probably... Chippy would have been thinking that pass will be rotated on, but Noah Haskett had some time up his sleeve. Picked the knots out in the top corner.
I reckon those new nets just got a little bit of a knock in there with that last shot.
They did.
And they do look splendid though, don't they, the goals today? Brand new, looks like brand new nets in there. They've all been painted up for Anzac Day. It's well presented is the Brighton Lacrosse Club today for Anzac Day.
Yes, yes. You need to be well presented, don't you, Tone, for a little bit of real estate?
I'll tell you where you get presented, at 180 Finance, mate. What an outstanding company it is, and you'll get in touch with them on 180finance.com.au or 0408 311 301. Get in touch with Chris, he'll sort you out. And we love having 180 Finance on board here. And break there, so here we go. First win of the day out of the face, or second, sorry. Fussy got that last one. So Stock with the ball, and they've sent Palmer straight to him. So they want the ball in his stick, don't they?
They're an extra man up here. Now they'll get the ball to Pike. Pike will be the man to catch and run, and you will not catch him.
So the 2 5s on each other. We saw the race down the ground with those two before, and I think Ed was going that fast, he ran into the back of Luke.
Look how comfortable this boy will be with ball and stick in a man down off situation. Pat Palmer just resting off. He needs to get up there and put a little heat on now. They've got a little bit of a boxing chance here.
He just steps off him.
Yeah. Really white flagging it, aren't they?
Well, you've got an opportunity. You're 4-0 up.
Yeah.
An opportunity to really put some.
They would be nervous. They'd be nervous at Tad here. Ed Pike's a fantastic ball carrier, extremely fit and fast. So it is tread with caution. But this is really, really defensive here, isn't it?
It is, as we see Palmer swap to Matty Fuss there, and even we go. So as Mitch Fuss comes off from his 2-minute rest, and he will. Get the ball in his stick, and we've seen him do this up the top, that one-on-one with a real drive. We saw it in the final last year to defeat the North Eagles late in that first semi.
He's grown another couple of inches too, Tone, I would think.
He's going to say he'd want to stop going, otherwise he won't get through the door.
Oh, look at that. Long
Good.
legs.
And,
straight through the 2 defenders. Check free.
Went back to his right hand there.
Yeah.
And
he had time and space. He had absolutely roasted the 2 would-be defenders. Long and lanky. Hard to gauge, isn't he?
it is.
Carter back corner.
Smart Carter, he turn. He loves that turn. Little pop out the back, looks up the top. Jackson Stock puts one away. And Cody couldn't get a foot to that one. And again, about that sort of 15-metre mark.
Really good Carter at his age, just driving and drawing on that back corner. We see Pike slip out the back. His defender went across, leaving the 2 and the 3 slide a little open. Jackson Stock and Freeman out here, a choice to pick from. Stock was the man who got it, found the bottom corner.
And he's Stocky said, not only do I take face off, I can put goals away as well.
Something that he's really improved on in that area, Tony, over the journey, you'd say.
Absolutely has. And loves a bit of offence too. So ball down on the ground. So we've got a longy in here against Woodford. And they're going to have to recover here. So we thought they might throw a long stick here and there. Seb Hardis, who did play face-off as a shorty, didn't he?
He did. He was involved in that state under-18 victorious team last year.
Yes.
As a face-off man.
So he's not unaccustomed to it. Pike just pick pockets. Oh, Cody Watts says pick pockets. We've got a flag, 2 flags. We got flags flying everywhere here.
Yep, off-ball interference. I think that'll be on Kesavan.
And he's going to find his way to the bench. Good pick off there from Watts.
Smithson might have
something else here.
In the grants, I think.
Hold,
yep.
30. So same flag, just one a bit later than the other.
Yeah, it was a really smart play then by Freeman. Really backdoored Kesavan. They panicked a little, grabbed hold of him.
So ball, man up opportunity here for Brighton. They've just scored their first. So another one here would be advantageous for them if they can get one in a 30-second man up. Kicks the ball to Freeman. Their first look at it. Little rotation here. Pike just sneaking around the backside. A little bit of a wheel. Back the other side. Fires. And that one's gone wide.
Might be Dallison out there, I think.
Yep, wearing the 19.
Pike through ball. Carter hits Freeman. Through ball. Spilt it.
Ball to be won. Freeman needs to recover and man up. Fuss just, I think he was shooting that before he had it, did Matty Fuss. Ball's out to there to be won and penalty released as Dan Evans came from the centre line to get back in. And good pick up there from Dallison.
So a little bit of time with ball and stick here. Just what you don't want to give Brighton, isn't it?
You don't. Well, any time they have the ball, they want the ball and they want to score. So 1-4-1 here for Brighton. And they've got the 2 experienced guys in Carter and Freeman sitting in the middle. Good save there from Watts from Fuss's shot. Outlet just nails Hardis, and Hardis gets nailed by Pike.
Yep.
Ball coming back the other way. They need to recover back in as the subs coming on anyway. So there's numbers. Probably want to shut down space on this guy too if he's stepping down. So Mitch Fuss with the ball.
So bottom corner, Carter has Evans a short stick. He likes it. A little bit of movement from the Glenelg defence. Slide-wise, Carter just forcing.
Oh, good trail check there from Ben Newman. Worked his way in, didn't he? So ISO here, they've isolated Capella. Ball kicked over the other side to Fuss. Matty Fuss looks up the top, finds Pike. He can go left or right and can fire. And that one did fire out of the gun, and we got a flag down as well. So
probably be on 10, will it not be? No.
So ball. So going to Ben Newman.
So Ben Newman gets a cross check across the chest, and he'll sit for 1. There can't be too much time left.
And just as we said in the first, in the outcome, the officials for the day just shown on the screen there. So another man up opportunity. Brighton mustn't be About 2.5 minutes to go in this one we're here in Chicks, give or take.
Yep.
So Rosenthal, he's crafty down there. We've seen him over the years. Little rotation, looks up to Fuss. He'll fire. Oh, he's dropped the handle again.
Yes.
That's very unusual from Matt Fuss because he normally takes that ball and lets it rip.
Well, he shot the lights out last time these two played, didn't he? Earning himself the grand final medal.
Oh, I tell you what, his brother says, well, you can't catch and do it, I will. So Mitch has put that one wide.
Hang about, big brother.
You know what, this is how you do it. So...
Carter.
Oh, Carter. I tell you what, they brought out the AK-47s when they're shooting, haven't they? There's some pace in that ball and there's some fire coming off that hard rubber compound.
Penalty release, so that'll be a quick shot on here if they can get it.
And
well,
we've got a crease infringement. Oh, that kills you, doesn't it? So, but even numbers now, and the ball down the back here with Watts. Cody looks up and just goes bang. Oh, Todd Bartlett making life difficult for himself. I was going to say a fair outlet, but Keesing with the ball, good check. And not checked in there, so no over and back. And Keesing will pick up Baker on the outer side here. And that they made that look a lot harder than it should have. So 30 seconds in the quarter as Keesing just comes and gets a little bit of screen time in front of us here, Shicks. Is that his best side? Keesing up the top. Has Baker. And I think Keesing likes that matchup, but Baker's quick on his feet.
Yeah, he's a handy little defender, isn't he?
So, Williams. Brooks defending. Williams looks on, looks up. Palmer. Oh, that's a terrible pass.
It is.
Terrible pass. Put it under pressure. And that's just about going to run the clock out, I'd say.
Might give Brighton one last crack at it.
A bomb coming. So, very limited time in this first quarter. And Brighton may even just not even get it down there. So, Barker with the ball. Clock's on. So, Clint with the ball. Barker moves it up. Pike, look at the pace on Pike. Got away. There's an over here. Oh, Inglis just needed to keep that. As Inglis with the ball. And the whistle goes. Simon Olsen will blow the quarter out in a 4-1 quarter. And Glenelg just eked away early. Brighton getting one back. And we see here on the Young Real Estate Traditional 180 Finance Replay Centre. That's the first one. Code picking that off. But there was a flag on that play. And we saw K-Man sit for that one. Little one down. Evans just creating space there was Hoodie. And Evans putting that one away for Glenelg. Up the top here. Woodford drives down. Looks inside. Save there. And this is Kai Williams just getting Fussy strung up. Little one over the back. And ball back up the top here. This is the sniper. Just gives the ball down to Haskett. And great camera work there from Christian. Just puts that one up in the top corner. And then Carter down the bottom. Looks up. Kicks over. And Stock pops that one away down in the bottom corner. So Brighton with plenty of opportunities late their Shicks. They certainly got some shots off, but not too many of them bothered the keeper.
Nice start from Glenelg. 4-1. 4 individuals. Noah Haskett, Dan Evans, Ben Robinson, Kai Williams. 1 for Jackson Stock there for Brighton. So 4-1 quarter time. But the battle will still remain at the X. Tone on the face-off for me.
It will. So, guys just repairing the turf out there in the face-off area.
LMI stands for Lenders Mortgage Insurance.
Break went nice and quick. Stock in there.
A lot of, how are you seeing the rotations? Both teams going top heavy for these
Face-off.
face-offs, yep.
Oh, Stock just needs to pick that ball up. Oh, could almost call that shepherding, but did well there, Baker.
He was stationary-ish, wasn't he?
Was.
Close, yeah,
Yeah.
well, good enough.
Positioned his, what I'm saying is he's positioned his body exceptionally well.
He did, correct.
But Jackson's got to pick that ball up because he had first opportunities a couple of times in that.
Yeah, well, I noticed it earlier in the girls' game. A lot of sand flicking up in what looks to be a soft area through there. So,
Got to say, mate, we've got about a 30 mil cut here on the ground at the moment. Not that I know anything about that.
What sort of grass are we talking?
We're talking beautiful green grass. So Watts with the ball. He certainly found his outlets early in the game and kicks that one up here to Williams, and Williams will run that in, and Palmer just coming backside. Has not seen, I was going to say, Jackson Stock needs to be a little bit more head on a swivel there. Last thing you want is a transition goal with your guy that was defending you scoring on you. And the ball down here with Evans.
Starting offensively this quarter?
Yeah. So Bartlett over to Nickel. Ball down here to Williams. Haskett, good inside pick. Rolls in, and this is where he, oh, great defense there. Just collapsed. And a little bit of a yard sale there on the stick of Williams. And Barker will bring the ball out for Brighton.
Yeah, great help defence. De-twigging him, turnover. Trying to do a little too much in that back corner. A little heavy.
Around this game a little bit. Has Pike done a power of work as Pikey?
Yeah, there's no, this guy's a dual turbo diesel, Tone. Doesn't run out. Does not run out. Equally matched in some regard with Ben Newman.
Or just steps inside, does force, and again loses a hand. We might have got a check there for that. Good work there from Nickel.
Yeah, getting down and dirty, getting a bit of dirt on the knees to take that home. Oh, inside.
Oh, looks up to Ben. Oh, Newman.
Yep.
And this could be coming back with interest. It does. Great work from Bartlett just to get inside. But Woodford says, you're going to have to come through me like a truck if you are. And ball back down the back here. So Carter with the ball. Back up to Pike. Freeman's just sitting there on Capella going, I've got about half a metre, just give me the ball. I want to free these hands.
We know that's all he needs.
Woodford, good work, save. Cody was ready for that one down the bottom.
I was going to say late in that first quarter, Brighton threw a couple big ones back over top of the crossbar, and Cody was dropping down early too. So for them to be shooting low, surprising.
That might be something brought up at halftime, chicks, or in a break if they get one.
Certainly after they've seen our footage.
Yeah.
Maybe during the week.
Maybe during the week. ready for round two. So Price with the ball. And up to the sniper, or down to the sniper, I should say. Good matchup out there between Inglis and Haskett. And Inglis just pushing his body around, but Haskett doesn't seem too worried by it. Kicks up the top here. I've been really impressed with Henry Haskett too. That little split dodge, he's managed to get space. It's good to see him fit. He's had some hamstring issues, I believe.
Okay.
While he was at college, and he's good to see him running free. Spent a lot of time coaching Henry in those junior years and those under-18s, and one of those players that was just a great young lad too. Price, can't give him a good save there from Chippy. And ball coming back the other way. Brooks breaks early. Needs to pick the ball up, and Haskett certainly those. Oh, there we go. Pikey, not only can he have some speed, I tell you what, he's in the next high jump, I reckon. he certainly did well to get out of the way of that. Did Pike. And that'll be a highlight reel, won't it? In how to not get your leg broken.
Yep, a high jump reel.
And this is a man who will want opportunities. Freeman, Oh, maybe just got a trail check on that because it looked like he had Carter all over it. That's not a shot. That was a pass. That can't be a shot. No shot, so it's going to be a Glenelg ball. Yeah, probably a good call. It's definitely a pass.
Yeah, looks like they're calling shot here.
No,
shot.
it's a shot. No, pass. All right, they've worked it out. Although technically, if he's got a piece of it, it might have been a shot.
Yeah, if it's going
But
towards...
Carter was in there, so...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If it's going towards goal, it's pretty tough to argue, isn't it?
Yep. And I think Capella did get a trail check on that, so which made it look like it didn't come out of the stick as much, and you know, but
for all intensive purposes, though, Tane, I think it was a pass, right?
Yeah, basically. Oh, I tell you what,
gee
got to be
whiz.
better than that. And Capella needs to get the ball out, and he's lucky Keesing's sitting there. And I'll tell you what, I'd maybe take a sub there. You need better ball handling than that coming out of some early year skill errors happening at the moment. Shicks, first time under real pressure. Oh, you can't train this game pressure at in training.
That's right. You can get as high intensity as you think you can get at training time, but it doesn't equate to what happens out here in the heat of the battle.
So it is still 4-1. No scores here in the second quarter as yet. As Keesing with the ball. And we see Nickel come on as a sub. But both teams, turning the ball over at times.
Good control though, Glenelg. Good control as Evans looks to be driving Michael Green through X. Todd Bartlett will have his hand now.
He knew what he wanted to do then, didn't he? Just held the ball just that little bit long. Probably the right option to give it to Evans there. Ball up the top. Kicks it to the sniper. Sniper, he loves getting in and firing, and he does just that. And I reckon Chippy might have got a foot on that. Just to the outside of the, looked like it went away from the cage. So down the back, Bartlett on Green. Bartlett gets around too easily. And no slide, no second or first slide coming there. And Bartlett picked his man, didn't he? Just over-rotated, gets around and...
Yeah, it's just poor initial setup, really, Michael Green, allowing 50-50 for Todd, allowing him to decide which way he wants to go rather than shutting his strength down. Todd decided to go strong hand. He had plenty of room, got enough wheels.
And once he got past, there was no other defenders coming towards him. So 5-1 is the score here at the beautiful Brighton Lacrosse Club, and it's cooled down to about a nice 21-degree day here, Shicks. Now it's glorious out here.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
It is, and Woodford, I tell you what, he's been out here a lot. Woodford kicks it down, looks to Dallison, and Dallison just says, look, let's have a little bit of offense. And get another one back on the board as Baker subs there. I don't think that was supposed to be a bounce pass from Mitch, but it worked all right. And we see Jakey Rosenthal come on for the Bombers. Ball down the back. Just beats the man up the top. Oh, again. That's about the fourth time that they've got the ball in the stick and then just dropped it on a drive to the cage. So another opportunity here, and he's got Price open. No, there's one on the bench, and Cody, good outlet again, and Liam Hood with the ball. But they've got numbers back here of Brighton. Mitch Fuss did a great job to get back down. Price is by himself on the outer side. He fires just to the left hand, and a little bit of lack of communication there from the Bombers. But you won't get any lack of communication from youngrealestate.com.au. And get in touch with them. They will look after you for all your property needs in Young Real Estate. And you can get in touch with them on 1300 768 573. Ball back to the top with Benny Robinson. Gone really wide here, Glenelg.
They have open set, nothing through the crease. Now they crash, sending 1, 2 in, 2 down to X.
Oh, up the top to Haskett. Just bounces that one past. That had a bit of sand kicking off that one, mate. Might have made some glass out there with some heat on that.
Yeah. Both Price and Haskett having open shots on keeper, not forcing a save, Tone. You need to, age-old adage, right? You've got to get on the 6 to give yourself a chance.
Well, number 1, too. You only get so many opportunities in a game, so you've got to make the most of every opportunity. And Price, you can see Brighton really crushing in their defence here, aren't they? Allowing that sort of pass, and Evans on the outside. Oh, that's almost a possession shot, that one.
Good closing D there from Mitch, so that changed the shot of Dan, and yeah, you might be right. He might be just slipping it through that outside pipe for a repossession.
But Haskett, if he'd taken the ball then, because that was due for Haskett, that ball. Oh, look at Robinson. Robinson, Haskett. Look at Haskett in the middle here. Oh, just needed an extra one there from Hood. Needed to look inside. But ball with the 2 6s. And there we go. Jack Price just chasing Jakey down. They played plenty of junior state lacrosse together. So up here.
Jackson Stock, Tom Freeman. So we're just waiting for the experience of Brighton to shine through, and this might be it.
Good inside stick there from Haskett.
And that's probably an off-the-ball foul too there, isn't it?
Yep. Jackson Stock, great pressure on the ball, and Jackson Stock will win that one back. Hood comes back, nice inside roll. K-Man just drops the stick. Looks the other side, but great pressure there from Jackson Stock.
Yeah, very good.
Obviously fit within that Aussie program.
Well, part of his game that's really improved, I think, that defensive side. He's always been very good in the face-off and bringing the ball forward.
There's a flag down here. So penalty on the...
yeah.
Another one and another one.
Really poor play, isn't it?
So we got... And I'm just going to say...
Turn the ball over on the way out, go back inside, throw a foul for your new club.
Tell me the officiating, Shicks.
There you go.
Not for the same penalty, because one bloke shouldn't even be watching that. So if there was an assessor out here assessing that, they may have just...
So it could be 2 fouls.
Okay, so we're going to have... Okay, so Carter's going... No, Freeman's going as well.
Just a retaliation. Yeah, a little bit of retaliation from Freeman after...
So unsportsmanlike 1.
Little cheek one in the crease.
Unsportsmanlike 1. So we got, looks like
2 to white, 1 to yellow.
2 to white, 1 to yellow. So yellow with the least amount of penalties will keep control of the ball. So a little bit more space here for Brighton in 5-on-5. So Dallison with the ball, kicks it down to Pike, and they'll probably just potentially just work this 1 minute out, Chicks.
I reckon they might look for a little isolation.
Little opportunity here. Pike up against Haskett, gets around, shoots.
Oh, is that
Cody
inside?
No,
it didn't.
Come off the keep, and then I don't know whether it's come off the pipe and
just the angle. It looked like it. Yeah. Just the angle.
So
early shot. That's a heartburner, isn't it, for Brighton?
It is.
Little shot on cage, knowing full well you're about to go man up.
So.
But at this stage of the game, Tone, 5-1.
Yep.
If that scores 5-2, you're dominating the X, man up.
Yep.
They would be thinking 5-3. Now, is there a clearing time?
No, there's not if he stays behind the cage. So they're going to have to send one, which will open up the right-hand side here. It's a K-man. And now they're... Yep. So man down, so you can't be called for stalling. So here we go. So now the lock off and find the ball handler and get out of his way. So Carter kicks it there to Keesing. Keesing up and over. And and then ball with Keesing. So if they get one the other way here, and it has, Luke Keesing. Wow, one against the run of play there, Craig.
Very good from Glenelg. Great control, probably miscommunication from Brighton. Maybe they needed to get the goalkeeper out in front, did they?
Yeah, definitely. Just at least force him up and out, because he's been able to suck out effectively 1 minute of penalty time there until that was even, until they were down, and then just Glenelg working that, and that was well against the run of play. So 6-1 is the score here. If you're just joining us on LSA TV, welcome, wherever you are in the world. As Evans and Baker.
How far and wide are we reaching, Tone?
Well, just have to have a look, mate. I put the phone down because the cross has been quite exciting. There we go, Jackson Stock just getting the ball. And if you are watching from overseas or wherever you are in the world, send us a shout out and we will give you. Oh, there we go. Bressie Hart says watching from Canada. Go the Bays.
Good, right.
So we've got Canada on board.
Well, shout out there to Seb Hardis. Bressie, I'm sure, is watching with eager eyes.
And Fremo says good calling, fellas. Shout out to you, Fremo. Here we go. Nottingham in England, mate, from Matthew Bell.
Good.
Fires, popped, and sorry, I was looking down. That looked like it missed by a long way.
That did miss a long way.
So shout out to you, Matthew Ball in Nottingham, England. We're glad to have you on board here on LSA TV. We hope you're enjoying the coverage here in this Anzac Day clash between Brighton and Glenelg. And Glenelg currently leading 6-1 as Anson Carter gets the ball down behind up against Newman. Carter. He's played plenty of high level across, steps inside. Good save there from Watts. Another good save as the flick off came there from Pike. And Newman with the ball in his stick and probably needs to release it because there's an outlet coming here. And Evans with the ball. They've been really good with their transition at the moment, Glenelg, haven't they?
They have been advancing the ball at all times. Long, lengthy passes into space. It's been good.
And Kathy...
Oh, have a look at that. That's the second time I think we've had Doug Anderson de-twig someone.
And it's come back the other way, though. He got a little bit of his own medicine. And we've got a timeout called here. And as we do, Kathy O'Malley from Florida, USA online. Kathy, big shout out to you. And we hope you are too enjoying the...
We've got some kilometres there, haven't we?
Oh, I'll tell you what,
UK,
there's... Canada.
US.
Yep.
Jamaica.
No Jamaicans. They were in the women's game.
Okay.
So Kathy O'Malley, big shout out for you guys, and keep flicking us your messages. We'll try and get to them as we go at Glenelg. Just taking a little bit of control here at the moment, Shicks. And they've been reasonably good in their defensive end.
They have been very well. They're forcing some. Well, the shots they're allowing, should we say, are of low angles. So Cody Watts is covering them nicely at the moment, and then we know we've seen their clearing's been pretty good as well. Bar the one, they've been getting out of trouble pretty easily and advancing that ball up. So promising signs at this stage of the game, you would think.
Been impressed with Cody's clearing and saving. I mean, again, some of those shots have been not great, but you've still got to save them. And but the outlets, I think, have been really good.
Well, there's been very little pressure on him. I think Glenelg's controlled clearing has been very good as a team, opening up easy outlets for him. So he hasn't missed the mark yet.
But also been impressed with Henry Haskett. His work up and down the ground, even with the turnover here. Ball turns over, he got back up and sort of got back into that contest. He's certainly, again, though, needs to put the ball on the cage.
He does, yep.
So, as we speak, he gets the ball. So, Henry Haskett with the ball. And Price, he'll pick up and head down to the back. And Brooks down the back here with Williams. So, a couple of guys who have probably played plenty of lacrosse with each other. As Evans gets the ball to Haskett. Sniper comes up to set a pick on Fuss. Still there, just says, no, you go back that way. Down the bottom here, this is the matchup I think they're looking for. Little rotation. Steps. looks. Not there. Returns it to the back.
Nice controlled offense there, Dan. Evans hands up saying, settle it back down, let's regroup and reset.
And Price, he looks like he likes the green matchup. As he does, fires and bang! Jack Price did like the matchup. He worked that one from down the back to an angle or to a spot that he could take his defender. And Jack Price gets on the board for his first. And we see here on the Young Real Estate replay, and that's a sign of a good offensive lacrosse player. You feel like you've got a matchup. You take them to where you feel comfortable in trying to take them on. He did that. And
it's a couple of times now Michael Green has just been sold on a step. That's all it takes sometimes, isn't it? Half a step, step behind, freeing the hands.
If you get a metre, take a mile. So ball back in the centre. So Stock with the ball up against Keesing. These two shorties have set well back down to give Stock plenty of room as Jackson wins that one again. Kicks the ball down. Kicks it to Dallison. Dallison just puts the ball down the back. Ball over and up the top here. So he's already got one.
The only.
Pike up against Newman. They would have seen plenty of each other in that under-20 squad. So up the top, Fuss. Oh, there we go. That's the one he was waiting for. Cody
going low too with the shot still, wasn't it?
It was. Cody was low, waiting for it. Just had some heat on it. He actually caught that one, did Matty? So you see here the camera working.
We're back.
We're back.
Oh.
Are we?
Oh.
Nah, we're going to load up. We're good? Okay, apologies for that little bit of a delay. Someone literally pulled the power out down the end. So it wasn't the fact that you went tone deaf, even though you're listening to us. So no damage done on the score. A little one off the top bar, mate. That must be a special play. As the time runs out. So they could have pulled the pin about 2 minutes later, couldn't they? Shicks there.
They could have, if they wanted to just hang on a tiny bit.
Just a little bit before you pull the power out of our equipment.
7-2 halftime score. Individuals goal scorers for quarter two for Glenelg. Luke Keesing 1, Todd Bartlett, Jack Price 1 apiece. For Brighton, it was Matt Fuss late in the quarter there. We just almost missed it, but we just hung in to see it. 7-2. The Seahawks are up.
And that's where Fussy wants to shoot from, isn't it? He's got that ripper of an outside shot, but I reckon that's probably one of the first ones he's actually caught today in that area.
It is. He has spilt some early, but I mean, it just gives you, even though we've got a 7-2 scoreline, Tone, but the dominance here of Jackson Stock.
Just starting to.
The more goals we score, the more face-offs we see, the more dominant he becomes.
Yep.
So he's never too far away.
Well, you can feel that turn because he's starting to pick up those ground ball wins himself now.
Jack Woodford, of course, when things aren't going too good, he'll just go in there and mop up all the slops for any Tone.
That he will. Tell you what, just like a good piece of bread in that roast juices, mate. Hey, just to get the get it all going, and we might get you going with some sponsors.
LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible. LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible. LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible.
And as the teams come back out onto the field here just after half-time, we see on the scoreboard, and it's a brand new scoreboard for the season, Marty Baker doing a fantastic job with all the bits and pieces on the screen. And I'm going to just give us a big shout out to Christian as well behind the camera, because look at those pictures, and to Brighton, who had the women's game. But you're currently seeing the Brighton-Glenelg game, and it is 7 to Glenelg and 2 to Brighton. And as you're seeing on the scoreboard there, you're not wrong. That does say 20 minutes, and we've gone to 20-minute quarters as Craig Schicker comes back into commentary, mate. What do Brighton have to do in this second half?
Score goal, tone, simple as that. The winning ball out the face here, and need to convert. Convert to offensive opportunities.
Well, Jackson Stocks just started to pick it up in the centre here. So can he continue that into the second half? So Stock up against Palmer, and they've obviously talked about that at half-time, because they put Palmer in there now. And again, good opportunity, and just allows the feed there, Baker, to Matt Fuss. Matt Fuss, he'll want to carry on from where he ended up, pardon me, in that last little bit.
Good finish for him, a catch and bomb, a little worm burner. But I think, you know, you're always weary of a Brighton attack line, and that's not the way to start it off.
I was going to say, Cody Watts would be saying, if that's the first shot I have to see for the game, second half.
That's a real heart burner for the Brighton coaching staff. Really important, this first goal. 7-3 looks a lot better than 8-2. Sorry to be Captain Obvious, but...
yes, it does. And again, just drawing that. And Cody just finding his way out the outer side there. So they've got Brodie Nicol by himself in the middle here. Just needs to look up to the centre.
Danger there in the middle.
And they've just tried to shut it down. And ball kicks over to Keesing. Keesing's done a power of work so far in this game. He's certainly been up and about, and he just looks at, and he'll bring the ball as they are onside, just making sure.
Always thinking, isn't he?
He's a smart lacrosse player, isn't he? A lot of people would have just run that over, but he was sitting there just looking.
Making sure the numbers stacked up.
And obviously doing a fair bit of officiating. He's all over that.
He's always officiating, isn't he?
He is, in his personal life and his sporting life. So ball down the back here with Noah Haskett. Kicks it to Robinson, the sniper.
So on that tone, I think Luke has been selected to officiate the Senior Nationals here in SA in a couple of weeks' time.
He has indeed.
A month or two away, is it?
Yeah, it's
June,
early June, I think.
Under lights, got to be magnificent.
What a magnificent venue that is. If you've not been over, and we look forward to our WA and New South Wales and Victorian compatriots coming over, they will love the new Sturt Lacrosse Club grounds, won't they?
Oh, absolutely.
And facilities. And I hear the New South Wales women are coming over as well, Schick, so that's good for the competition.
It will add an extra colour, light blue.
And we see an opportunity here for Brighton after Jack Price down the other end while we were having a chat there. Just threw the ball straight over his teammate's head.
He did.
And again, it's those turnovers. Brighton did it early in those turnovers. You don't want to be turning the ball over against either of these sides too much, because they will make you pay on the scoreboard if you continue to do it. Matt Fuss likes what he's got. Kesavan looks inside. Pop. So little shot over the top there. I'm trying to see who that might be. It might be Perkins, is it?
Yes, I think it could be. There's been a bit of a nice little up check there. Price gets into Carter and coughs it up on the doorstep.
Right on the doorstep. He was looking to shoot, wasn't he, Carter? And they onside here and kicks it over to Henry Haskett. So another opportunity for Glenelg, currently leading 7-2 here on LSA TV. If you're just joining us from wherever you are in the world, send us a shout out. We'll try to get to as many as we can while we have a break in play here and there. And we've certainly had some viewers around, and we will try to get to as many as we can. Ball down the back with Bartlett. So out here to Hood. Glenelg blessed with some lefties out there, aren't they?
They are at the moment. Hood, Robinson, Noah Haskett.
Keesing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what Todd Bartlett was looking at there, but Chippy said, I was looking at it before you were. And under pressure, Bartlett kicks it the outer side. And there's a 2-on-1 here, so they can stretch that. And just running up, looks up. Great outlet there to Pike. Pike finds Brooks coming off the bench the outer side. So numbers here for Brighton. Kicks it to Pike. Pike up over. Just missing the cage again.
Good clearing here. Will Inglis up the sideline, giving Brighton offensive opportunity.
Just again need to hit the cage, don't they?
Yeah, had Pike just off a little there. Brooks now with the pole on him.
And the ball up here to Dallison. Dallison will kick the ball down to Pike. Pike reassesses, looks inside. Carter, good cut. Fuss stepped in the crease, we're going to see. Crease infringement. Zach Tremlett all over that.
There's just no excuse for that, is there?
That's, I'll tell you what, and Mango's got a good lock of hair, hasn't he? But you'd be pulling some of those out, I'd say,
yep.
with that sort of thing. So, ball in the stick of Watts, looking for his outlets. Just taking his time. He's got Capella. Capella up and over. Oh, I was going to say, he's probably not the man that I'd be, given what he's cuffed up a couple today, he's not the man that I'd be having up high. You'd want Palmer up there, I think.
Missed that ground bite.
And we've got another whistle here.
A little loose equipment.
So that's the second one Capella's put down. So ball will come the way of Brighton, and I'll tell you what should come the way of you is a traditional group, tradvc.com.au, 83763639, as they start to build, and Glenelg that's almost a hold.
It is certainly a hold, wasn't it?
That's a hold, so ball out of bounds here, Pat Palmer. Oh, and they're going to see whistles everywhere here. Don't know why, can't see a flag down. But from the other side, we've got a overrule on that. And
did he get the hold out of that, did he? Or
must have been a loose ball hold, mate. I don't know. There was definite hold there, wasn't there?
There was, yep, there was.
But ball was loose, so I suppose that is a turnover. Looks up the top, Fuss, bang, fire! And Matty Fuss says, you can give the ball to me anytime you like up the top here, because at that range, I'm not missing. And he's starting to get him in his stick, isn't he?
Yeah, look, Brooks ball and stick and just got to a spot and looked like it might have been offensive thrust over.
No one picked him up.
Pumped it to Fuss, who was a quick release, wound up, found net.
Tell you what, nearly went through net.
It nearly was.
And you can't let that man heat up, because if he does heat up, he could end up with 5 or 6 for the day.
So that's the 7-3 Brighton would have been talking about at half time. Back to the X. Opportunity now, let's look at 7-4.
So we don't have to get it done in 5 minutes, do you? So ball back out the centre, and a great pick up there from Brooks. So just starting to get a little bit of ascendancy here are the Bombers. And they bring the ball down into offence through Pike. It's been good today. Ball to Brooks, kicks it over there to Woodford. Woodford just starting to assess their offence. Freeman comes out to set a little two-man game on him. They've played plenty of them in the time. Keesing defending, looks up. Oh, Pike, great cut. Good little trail check there from Palmer. But that was a well-organised offensive set. Chicks.
It was, yeah. Very well put together. Little 1-2-3 shot. And look at Mitch Fuss burners.
And that one's just across the face of goal.
Low angle, yeah, but that's okay. Carter will get that back.
Carter knew where that was going. He was well ahead of K-Man on the outer side.
He did, yes.
So, ball in the stick of Carter. Very smart lacrosse player is Anson Carter. And just steps past K-Man. Oh, Watts, great save. Just been beaten a few times there as K-Man, hasn't he?
Yeah, really turned inside out by a 40-year-old. And here he goes now, redeem himself down the line. Just changes his mind. Back inside.
Back inside, he gives it to Price. And Jack Price will just assess the offensive opportunities here as we get some subs on the ground for Glenelg. Haskett with the ball. That's Henry. Kicks it to Brody Nickel. And he says it's been checked in. So Price with the ball. Again, we were talking about those left-handers. Well, this man can play left-handed. He's actually just as good on his left as his right as Palmer.
1-4-1.
Price, sorry.
1-4-1 being the call, so a little bit of inside work. And Anderson has been hot today, de-twigging attackers left, right and centre.
Just on a fires. Oof. He's certainly shot today. We can say that with Henry Haskett, can't we?
He has.
He's certainly shot.
Giving himself opportunity.
Just needs to hit the cage.
Evans on green, so this is a matchup Glenelg will look to exploit. They've gone through Michael Green last couple of times on the way to cage.
And you can see Baker just almost waiting for that switch to go. Good switch there. Up the top again from Haskett, but there's an outlet here. Fuss, no, that's Brooks on the way. So little trail, looks inside, looks across. This is the one off the bar. That had an open net, and we're going to have a penalty here, is it? Or has he done an injury? I didn't actually see what happened there, Shix, but Doug Brooks is down. And has he done a... They were both moving at speed. Has he done a hamstring, or is he... He's pulled up very quickly. I don't know. We've got a replay on that one. No. So, but Dougie Brooks is certainly... maybe he's done a hammy, has he?
Doesn't look hammy, does it? It looks more...
Well, it looks like...
upper body. It looks more head-like.
Okay, I don't... Sorry, for those viewers out there, I didn't pick that up. I was watching the inside work to Pike.
Looks very groggy, so you'll have to tune back to a replay to see what happened there.
Maybe rewind back about half a minute and tell us what happened.
Flag has gone up.
So we've got a flag, and we've got Todd for the flag.
Too many on for Glenelg by the looks.
1, 2,
no, they're
3,
right.
4, 5, 6. No, he's going to call a penalty here, is he? A hold for 30. A legal procedure for 30. Okay, again, I'd say that last minute of whatever it was is confusing. Anyway, Brighton, man up, 30 seconds. With an opportunity here, Shix. 7-3, they've got 2 in this quarter. And it had a huge opportunity there with Pike off that pipe.
They did, just skim the outside, didn't he?
Did, little rotation happening. Pike coming around the back, looks up. Look at Freeman on the bottom corner. That's the one I was looking at. And he opened up about half a minute before that, did Freeman. And you cannot give a guy like that space on that bottom corner.
Very clever. Anson Carter, you see the little dummy fake when he receives ball back. Looks to go to... might have been Will Dallison on that left, on the right-hand 45, but then just pulled the pass down low.
Well, the defence saw that rotation coming and went really early on it for that little one coming from behind for the wheel, and Carter just stepped into that about 20 seconds earlier and was wide open. It just needed a lane and got the lane, and it was a great pass, and a man who can shoot and finishes really well. Freeman gets on the board. Is that Freeman's first for the day, I think?
It is. 7-4, I reckon the scoreline should be.
And here we go. Just some domination out of the X. Glenelg just starting to... good save. Knocked down. So jumping all over. The pressure on the ball carrier is just come up about 100 degrees from Brighton. And that's great offense. Oh, Pike just dropped the handle.
Coming straight out the sun, that one, I reckon.
Yep, okay, so maybe that sun might be an issue, Shicks, in that last quarter.
Could be.
Those sun, that clouds just burn away a little bit, but I'll tell you what, 7-4? 3-0 this quarter?
2-0.
2-0.
I think.
So, but they've certainly had the run of play, have Brighton on the scoreboard.
Just getting a little a drop of blood in the water. They can smell it from a mile away.
We'll go from 7-1 to 7-4. It puts you back in the game, and you know, while they've been having some shots and tries to square the hips there, does Price. Kicks the ball over there to Williams. Down the bottom. Bartlett. Oh, there's a good pick there on the bottom corner. Price. A good defence here at the moment from, they've got the shorties up the top. Price. Kai Williams just...
Got the flag on that, I think.
And there is a flag. That will be a hold, I'd say.
Off-stick hand just touched the body there of Jack Price. On the front.
And Gowdy all over that, wasn't he?
He was all over it.
He was all over it and had some flag height. Just we haven't mentioned the flag height today.
Took him a little while to find that flag, though.
It did.
He scratched around the belt buckle for a while.
So man-up opportunity, but it won't take you long to find Young Real Estate on youngrealestate.com.au, 1300 768 573. Get in touch with that. Man-up opportunity for the Seahawks. Price. Williams just coming through. I can say this wheel with the left-handers they've got out there, not too many can run a left-hand wheel like with 4 lefties. Oh, and that one's fired well past the cage. So I'd say both sides are going to have some shooting practice throughout the next week because they've missed the cage a bit, both sides.
They have.
Oh, Price did really well. I'm going to say that pass from Bartlett wasn't a great one, but Price picking apples out of the air there. And to bring that one back down, we'll see here on the Young Real Estate replay. Just kicks to Williams. Williams down, little skip pass. I'll tell you what, Bartlett put it up in the air. Good job there from Price to bring that one down and then be able to get that shot off. And Price becomes the only multiple goal scorer for Glenelg so far.
Pure heat on that last one there. Didn't give Clint Barker any chance.
So ball back in the and if you can see on the screen, what a beautiful day it here is in the Brighton Lacrosse Club, mate. It's we had the tent up earlier, but just getting a little bit of sun on the back, getting the vitamin E up, and we've got a whistle here as a timeout, is it? No, loose equipment. Which allows Glenelg to get a substitution. And Haskett on Fuss. Fuss looks inside. Oh, bang. Just Freeman. Classy, isn't he?
Lovely, lovely time and composure. Tom Freeman, time and time again. So great little two-man play here. Nothing spectacular. Roll.
Yeah. Oh, Capella just left him, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
I was going to say, not having a fantastic day in the defensive end is Capella. You just can't leave a quality ball handler like that close to goal and allow him that little bit of space, can you? But what a great finish.
Very good finish.
Fake, fake, fake. And
8-5 back to the X. It's an intriguing game we have here, Tone.
And plenty of time on the clock, given 20-minute quarters. So Stocky with the ball. Ball to be won. Keesing's been doing a great job as well. Just someone needs to pick the ball up, and Keesing picks the ball up. Great job there from Luke. That's a tough ground ball, wasn't it? And a timeout call from Glenelg. Probably a good timeout too. Win that. Just reassess. You know, you're 8-5 up. Brighton have had the ascendancy in this quarter. Get to have a bit of offense and have a chat about it. So Glenelg obviously realising Stockies winning the ball out of the face have put a lot more attention into him once he gets the ball.
We will talk 180. He's here with us today, Chris McGurr. We should get him in for an interview. He has been a fantastic supporter of Lacrosse SA TV. So it's time for us to turn the support back to Chris. And what no better time really, with high interest rates coming through, refinancing, first home buyers, you name it. 180 Finance.
And while we have a break in play, we welcome one of our amazing sponsors, Chris McGurr. 180 Finance, mate. Are you enjoying the game here? Just sitting here with the sunshine on the back?
Mate, it's a beautiful day. I was up early this morning for the Anzac down at Henley, and good to finish off the day with some sunshine and lacrosse.
It is, and we do thank you for your sponsorship here on Lacrosse SA TV, mate. You are a stalwart with us, and you wouldn't get better in the industry, would you, Craig?
I don't think you could.
Well, we've changed it up a bit this year as well. We were given $250 sponsorship to every club when we wrote a loan or refinance, and this year we've written those in advance. So we've joined up with Woodville, with Burnside, with Eagles, with North Adelaide, Glenelg, and we're in chats with Brighton at the moment. We've got to reach out to Sturt yet. So if you're from those clubs, give us a call and let's chat.
The Rolling Stone does gather the moss, doesn't it? And as it all comes together, as we see Nickel come together and looks over the top to the sniper, steps inside. Well, not much angle there from Benny Robinson, but gets his own scraps. So back up the top. So that's fantastic news, Chris, to have all those clubs starting to come on board.
Yeah, absolutely. So Glenelg are already up to 500 now. We've settled loans there, and Woodville have got another couple coming their way. So it's getting active, and great to help everyone out.
It's a win-win situation, isn't it? Especially with the interest rates as they are, and if you can refinance and save some capital. And get a little bit back, and Haskett, he gets a little bit back, just again, just missing the cage, isn't he?
Think of the refinance, Tone, and the new gloves you might be able to buy, or that nice new helmet that the lad's been asking for, or the new gate stick that the daughter wants. It's
or better still, the airfare to go to the Worlds in San Diego.
Wow!
Because I've heard the stories about the savings that you get at 180 Finance, and might just get the family over.
Speaking of families, maybe it's a family guarantee the young people need, so they don't have to save a deposit. Reach out to mum and dad, the bank of mum and dad, dip into some of their equity, and give me a call.
Correct, yeah.
As the flag goes up there, really late flag, but I think it's going to be a hold there on Baker, is it? No, it's green. Yeah, the bank of mum and dad always comes in handy. Occasionally you get knocked on the door. So, but it's fantastic, yeah, and it is fantastic to have you on board again this year, Chris.
Thanks, boys. Good to chat.
And we appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the game. Great man, Chris McGurr.
Yep. It's not often a great man like that comes through a sports, so not only a club but an association where everybody can win. Clubs, individuals.
Here we go again. They're looking for that little skip pass in this man up. Plenty of lefties out here. The sniper steps down. Oh, looks down. That's a good little feed. That's a great feed to Williams on the bottom corner. Well set up there. And just one of those easy man ups, and that Glenelg probably needed that one. As we see here on the replay, just getting him to bite, and you can get the ball there, but you've still got to finish it. And Kai Williams just putting that one away, and he becomes another multiple goal scorer for the Seahawks. 9-5.
9-5, bit of breathing space. I was going to say earlier, first to 10 will win this, but the way Brighton were just chipping away.
And are we going to see bigger scores this year, Shix? Obviously back to 20-minute quarters, more playing time?
Yeah, I think we will, Tone. I think with the bit high.
A little bit high. I would no. We've got a timeout called gold. No possession, so that's going to be a turnover. There was no possession called.
Well, if the umpire's called possession, which I think they have.
Well, I think the officiating umpire didn't call possession on that. So just having a conversation here about what that is. At this stage, it's a Brighton timeout because they had possession.
Looked like a high hit anyway.
Well, I think I would have paid that.
They've probably missed a penalty amongst it.
Yep. And we're going to have timeout, charge goal. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's probably the right call, isn't it?
If the official has called possession, then yes.
Yeah, I don't know that the official called possession, but in the same breath, he gets a high hit. They would have had possession, given that was called or a penalty. So Glenelg probably think themselves a little lucky that they didn't wear the penalty for the high hit. Take the timeout. Obviously, Brighton have the ball.
Still quite vocal about it, though, the Brighton coaching staff.
Yes. And Nige Morton just going to have a conversation. Nige part of the Glenelg coaching staff down there?
Yeah, there's a few of them involved this year. Looks like Nathan Bolton being head coach, supported by Nigel Morton, supported by Steve Mortimer, supported by Mark Stilgo, and a few more floating around the place as well. So,
and he's still having a chat here is Nige. But what it's going to be now, that sun, I'm saying that last quarter, that sun's going to be an issue, Shix. It's really broken through the clouds here. And I tell you what, this side just behind us will be very difficult. It's brightened up beautifully down here.
Has. Clear as a bell. Makes it feel like a Saturday, doesn't it? Or a Sunday, because we've got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. And shows a lot of faith too, doesn't it, from the coaching staff. Jackson Stock, you know, taking the face-offs. In past years, it was take the ball, get off, playing that Fogo role. Now you call a timeout and he's straight into the offensive set. So, oh, great check. And that'll be, well, he's got out of the way well there, but that was a great check from Evans. And that's a terrible pass. And that is three-quarter time. Didn't see that one coming, Shix. But that was a pretty entertaining third quarter. Brighton getting out to a, you know, obviously scoring more in that quarter. And how did who found those goals for both teams?
Kai Williams found his second late in that quarter. Jack Price also found his second for the 2 goals for GLC. For Brighton, on the other hand, Matt Fuss the 1. Tom Freeman coming to the party with 2, setting up a very intriguing final quarter. Looks like we got a 9-5 ball game.
And I'll tell you what we are going to give you is some great viewing. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
LMI stands for Lender's Mortgage Insurance. It's an insurance premium that you have to pay to protect the lender against loss. Depending on your scenario, Lender's Mortgage Insurance could cost you anywhere from $5,000 and up to $40,000. Lenders require you to pay this mortgage insurance when the value of your loan is greater than 80% of the value of your property. Some clients, such as first home buyers or people in specific professions, can be eligible for an LMI waiver. So if you want to get into the property market with less than 20% deposit, call me to find out if you're eligible.
So fourth quarter action just about to start here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club. We see Glenelg leading 9-5 in this Anzac Day clash. And 4 goals, but Brighton had plenty of the play that last quarter, Shicks.
They were definitely given a few more opportunities, weren't they? They created well, ran the ball well, transition was well. Doug Brooks went down.
Yeah, we haven't seen, I haven't seen Doug. Is he still on the bench? I was looking for him at the quarter time break, but I haven't seen him there. We hope he's okay. Great young man, Dougie Brooks. You had a lot to do with him over in the under-20s.
Yeah, very good man, young Doug. He's over there on the bench, getting some air in the lungs.
Get some air in the lungs.
Clearing the head, ready to go again.
All right, so just about to take the face here. Can Brighton get back in this one and make it? Because you know how I love a golden goal, Shicks. Well, I'll tell you what, Jackson Stock. Flag down straight away.
Check on the helmet, so it's a big one there. Big first couple of minutes here. They get a...
Well, that ball hit the deck, so that technically, that's hit the deck again. There's a flag down, so that should be blowing. Should that not be blowing?
Oh, he's blown another flag. He's thrown another flag.
I'll tell you what, that...
Bad I'm not going to say bad umpiring.
No,
but you know what I mean.
But again, he's lost possession of the ball. The ball's hit the deck.
Gameplay stops.
On a flag, gameplay stops. He's done it twice, and that's occurred another flag.
A missed call. Creates a double call.
I'll tell you what, that... hang on, we've got...
He's called simultaneous.
Simultaneous. I was going to say that... Yeah, but in the same breath, he's dropped the ball. The ball should... The time should have been off the first time. It wouldn't have got that ward. Wouldn't have got... Yeah, anyway.
So
play on.
So there's only one in the box for Glenelg.
Yep, so he got a 30 as well.
Yeah, but
did he get a minute?
No, he got the initial foul.
Yep.
So where's the next 30?
No, he's called the ward for the 30. There's no other penalty. The ward was on Freeman. Oh, sorry, on Carter.
Gee whiz.
So So we got a 5-on-5 out here, and ball out the back. But great job there from Jackson Stock to win that one out of the face again. Ball on the bottom side here with Woodford, and you can see who's just as we've got a man-up situation now. So Fussy just finding himself to that top step-down shooting area, and Newman just putting a little bit of pressure on.
Open shot.
Dallison steps in, gets shut down.
Ooh.
That's almost a slash there. One-handed, uncontrolled.
Little uncontrollable, you'd think.
You would, but obviously we're letting it play. So bottom corner. They're looking at the bottom corner because this is what happened last time. And Freeman just fires that one, but didn't trouble the keeper. Goes wide.
All even now, so that was the one opportunity they had. Woodford early in the piece.
Oh, great save. Had some heat on it. And was that Fuss again then?
Jack Woodford, stick side high.
Yep.
So Glenelg have been...
So this sun, Chicks, we talk about it, it's right over our back shoulder.
Well, I mean, you're asking Glenelg to change their whole attacking ethos, right?
Yep.
They're attacking left-handed all day long.
Yep.
And now you want them to come left.
We've got a whistle.
Right.
And we've got a flag here, offside. So offside on Brighton. So, offside. So we've got one in the box, one coming back. 30-second penalty here for Glenelg. So they'll have a man up for 30 for an offside. So opportunity for Glenelg now with a man up. Brighton not making the most of that 30 seconds. Can Glenelg. Williams just looking for these guys to bite. Williams running the wheel. Looks down. Oh, looks across. Price's on the opposite side. Good defence there from Brighton. And we run another wheel. Just looking to go again. Just holding the post. Looks the other side. Price fires. Bang. Bottom. That's a very, very good shot down low. And Jack Price with his third of the game. And that was a good shot. As we see on the replay here. Just kicks over and just didn't even get anywhere near that one, Chippy. Didn't get down there. So 10-5 is the score. And but there's still plenty of time. Still probably 15 minutes left in this last quarter. Oh, you're saying she's warming up, Shix. Hey, you can hear her in the dulcet tones in the background. So, oh, that's crunched. So Keesing. Mitch Fuss just might have given him a bit of a, you're not coming through here.
Couple of big ground balls for Luke Keesing throughout this match.
He's probably put his name up there today, Shix, for the Anzac medal.
Not sure he's done enough with 3 ground balls, but well, nice goal early as well. I think his transition ball up and down. But who are you thinking out there at the moment? Yeah, it's a tough one.
I mean, that's pretty even across the board, isn't it?
It really is, actually.
You know, I've been impressed with Henry Haskett, but he hasn't hit the cage. Like, he's given opportunities, hadn't hit the cage. Probably Price has done the same. You know, some of these other guys have been in and out, and bang! Tell you what, that one's in and out, and a little bit of party time starting to happen here as Kai Williams puts that one away. Gets a hat trick.
Turns on a 5-cent coin. Help come to the weak side. Not really required, was it? Opened up the strength. Shooting with Sun over the back shoulder. Poor slide. Taking away the weak hand. But the roll dodge was very impressive.
Now to 11-5 is the score. Anyone else impressed you out there today?
Well, so Kai, I mean, there's a bit of time to go here, Tony. A bit of time. Give me the next couple of plays.
All right.
But you're right. It's pretty even right across the board, isn't it?
So ball back in the centre. Woodford, Price. Palmer. There's Price. I knew he was around somewhere. Good pressure. Great pick up there from Baker. Just lost the handle of the ball again, but he's going to have to. He's got Haskett. Just a great check from Haskett. Just waited for him to hang that butt end out, didn't he? A little bit. And here's Capella. Oh, okay, Capella. And then he's drawn a flag. So where's the flag? Okay, so flag was back here, not here. So we got, what do we got for a slash? Ed Pike for the slash. So here's a big opportunity again for Glenelg. If it's not already, as you mentioned, Shix, you heard her.
Yeah, she's just getting her own chair ready, Tone. She's buttoning up the buttons on her shoes. She's ready.
She's ready.
The performance is ready.
And Williams at the top. So another man-up opportunity here for Glenelg. They just want that to bite, don't they? They just want Baker to bite. And I think that shot with Price is right now, as he shot last time with that bit of sunshine.
The Price is right.
Absolutely. Although, just needs to get in. Comes the wheel. There doesn't wheel. Ends up. Oh, there it is. That's the one. Oh. Sailed past. And no backup, Shix.
Yep.
So ball's coming back the other way, but they're and Pike's about to be released here. So the man up is about to be released. And there it is. So even numbers now. Going to the box, and that is
big catch there, Rosenthal.
I was going to say,
jeez.
That looked like that one might have ended up in the coach's box. Shot here, it's save. And again, just looks up and over and finds Jack Price. And Price with the motors. Just pulls it out. And plenty of voice still out there, Shix. Oh, sniper. And Glenelg will end up with the ball. So 11-5, probably about half of the quarter gone
Yeah, it's a big ask to score what you have in 3.5 quarters in half a quarter.
Yep. Oh, but if there's a little bit of a can opener like that, now that was great work there from Inglis.
It was, coming off a very good All-Star weekend.
But this is where Fuss does his best work, and it allows him to free his hands. Pops, that one's just missed the cage to the right-hand side. But Carter has the backup. And Carter, and there's going to be a ward. That's a second one.
I mean...
So, and there's a flag, and he's going to have an unsportsmanlike as well, I'd say. Yep. So just ended up... Oh, Matty Fuss with that one. Has just given a mouthful to Ricky.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a balance between...
Oh, sorry, Anson did. My apologies, Matt. Sorry, Chicks.
Yeah, there's, you know, gaining your balance. I mean, it's a natural reaction to raise your hand, right?
Yep. Yep. I mean, take the ward, but the unsportsmanlike for the gob probably doesn't help the team.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not.
Stinker. But time and place, I suppose, mate. Time and place.
Time and place. Yep.
Give away a unsportsmanlike now. It's not going to hurt too much.
Yep. I'll tell you what won't hurt you too much is getting in touch with the traditional group on tradvc.com.au, 8376 3639. They certainly won't hurt if you give them a call, because they'll look after you in every aspect for roofing, guttering, verandas and carports. So get in touch with Trad VC as the ball gets shot by Williams and heads out the back, and Bartlett picks it back up. Ball to Price. Williams. Release. Penalty has been released. And looking to send... They're looking to send Green out on an island here, aren't they? Just trying to isolate him. No, we see a two-man game coming. No. So they're just... Oh, they might just be... Take some time off the clock, maybe. So Williams, he doesn't need much of an arse to get towards the cage.
Oh, Haskett, after a good start to the game, spent a bit of time on the pine.
Yeah. Again, one of those young players who the sniper. Oh, and oh no, late flag. I don't think there was. He's going to get called for a push here.
Gee,
for a 30. I think he almost engaged that contact himself.
Gosh.
In getting to that point. Just stumbled. 30-second penalty again. So Glenelg will find themselves in another man-up opportunity. As we see an 11-5 scoreline here with about 7.5 to go. And just changing the ball. Shicks, maybe that one's gone flat.
Didn't like that. Australian Open.
Yep. And wasn't that good through the week here in Adelaide, the Live Tour. Fantastic golf being played, and from all accounts, everyone there had an absolute ball on a beautiful golf course. Ball, step down, Hood. Good save there from Chippy. And ball to be won. We're going to have a loose ball push here. That is going to Brighton. Okay. So, Dougie Brooks back on the field. Good to see. He's going to take the ball here. Good to see him up and about.
Yep, HIA.
Yep.
Head injury assessment.
Do we actually have a rule here in LSA?
Oh, I probably wouldn't have thought so, but we should have. Yep.
As Brooks just that's a turnover in the middle of the park. And Pike, look at the pace of Pike. Just found Bartlett, didn't he? Under pressure.
He did. He did.
I'll tell you what, he's got some motors, hasn't he, Pikey?
He does. And Luke Keesing's had the motors repairing today too. Jack Price. Inglis will be a good test for him here late in the game.
Oh, great pick off. Just picking pockets is Mitch Fuss. That just highlighted that, didn't it? He said, I'm going to throw it to you.
Very, very simple little pick-off.
I was going to say, he must have had a sign on him because that was, Mitch read that one like Dr. Zeus.
The rubber band man.
Oh, flag down.
Gee whiz.
So K-Man with another slash there. That will be called.
Might have caught a little bit of grill.
Hit. Oh. So I'm going to see Kesavan for a slash for one. Caught a little bit of grill, you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. It might have. It looked really
Thought
innocuous.
I thought he got him on the hip with the follow through. But then again, if it starts legal, it ends legal, doesn't it? Anyway, K-Man will sit for a minute.
Not sure it disrupted the play too much.
Brighton with the man-up opportunity, and they're really going to need one here if they're to get back in this game. Their man-up's been pretty good today, Brighton. Just looking on those bottom corners, this is where Freeman, he's still sitting there, and just waiting for someone to feed him the ball. And pops back up. Pike down the back, assesses. Woodford comes in. Fuss, little through ball. Good knockdown. Good sticks there from the defence. And good pick up there from Dallison. Steps up the top. Looks down the bottom. Freeman steps in and all clear. Simple as that. And Freeman gets another one. And that's his hat-trick for the day. It's Tommy Freeman. Pretty simple in the end. So we see on the replay there just who missed him. So just that bottom defender. Just allowing, or overcommitting, shall we say.
Yep.
11-6 Shicks, 5 goals.
Yeah.
5 goals.
Well, I guess
you know what they say in footy, goal a minute.
And
we're 4 minutes. So 2 minute stop clock. And that's going to be a interference call. So Luke Keesing will take the ball.
Gee, that's an interesting call too.
He's called the hold.
Yeah.
I know.
Under the armpit.
I know.
Who's holding who?
Yeah, correct.
It's interesting.
Subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Not sure what advantage you get as a defender putting your stick in your armpit.
Well, unless it's to soften the mesh with a bit of sweat.
Yeah, possibly.
You know, and Sniper with the ball.
I mean, if you're putting the frozen butter under your armpit at the pub, then I understand that.
Well, you have to, because otherwise those rolls just... oh, look at this little one around, and Williams, he's already got one like that today. But look at the battle for the ground ball. He's straight on the ground, and he's still fighting the ground ball. He's knocked it out to Haskett. Haskett's picked the ball up, and that's going to be a flag. No, we've got a flag here. So Gowdy's found a flag, and we've got a timeout, and there's a flag on the play here. So we'll look at this. Gowdy's picked one for a push, 30, and Glenelg will retain the ball. So Glenelg obviously managed to get possession there, Shicks. Otherwise that timeout could not have happened. But good work there from Kai Williams on the ground. But he was fighting really hard.
It was. Yeah, I think Noah Haskett might have been the one who eventually came up with it.
Yep. And he looked like he was just holding it, and as if no one had it, he was wanting to walk through the bit like the scrum there.
Yes.
Just find his way out the other side. So Glenelg with an opportunity in man up, and give yourself an opportunity by getting in touch with Young Real Estate to look after all your real estate needs on youngrealestatesa.com.au 1300 768 576. Who should we see down there, Shicks?
Johnny or Jack?
Johnny or Jack?
Yeah, I think Jack's the man.
Yep.
John is his, what do we say? Alter ego.
Yep.
But Jack's the man. Jack will get you a deal.
Pity it's not Russell. Could have been Jack Russell.
Could have been.
But yeah, they're great people down at Young Real Estate, so get down, support them as they support us to be able to bring this to you live and free on the Lacrosse SA TV. And I believe Young Real Estate have just put $1,000 towards the women's box lacrosse, Shicks.
Beautiful. Just recently announced the World Cup women box. So certainly coming
Good
forward leaps and bounds, isn't it, in the
Tell you
box
what,
game?
Chippy came forward then and made a great save. Oh, bang, Pikey.
Wow.
Looks like he had got a little bit of cramp then right at the end. Good save from Chippy.
Good save. And who threw that big outlet clear?
That was Matty Fuss. Just threw the ball well down the other end.
What's happening in the gee whiz, I'm just thinking here, it's only Tuesday night time. What's happening the rest of this week? Schedule-wise.
Schedule-wise?
We got a Friday night lights?
Well, we're working on Friday night lights at the moment. There is a women's game, which is Woodville and Burnside, I believe.
Okay.
Out at North Adelaide. So if we're not live and free, get down there and support the women in the State League. As we see Price here, he'll shoot again, and yes, he will. Jack Price just starting to get a little bit of slough out here, isn't he? Finds the right-hand side with the sun behind him. But I tell you what, Saturday night, as we see the replay here of Price and the great camera work here. Look at that. Christian, bang, top corner, top camera work. But on Saturday night, Shicks, big game in round one out at the beautiful Sturt Lacrosse Club between Sturt and Woodville. So State League coming live and free to you on LSA TV. But better still, get down there. What a fantastic facility the Sturt Lacrosse Club is now.
Have a look at what's going to showcase the men's and women's senior nationals mid-year, June, I think it is.
Wouldn't be anywhere else, would you? Great vantage points at the Sturt Lacrosse Club, and the lighting out there is next level.
Yeah. So
Keesing kicks the ball to K-Man. K-Man looks down the back, and Cody says, well, I might just stay down here for a bit and let... well, they've left Capella out the outer side. And
again, he's missed the mark.
Turn the ball over, potentially. Hood, great pickup from Liam Hood. I'll tell you what, grew another set of legs then, didn't he, on his knees? So, oh, look at Bartlett. Bartlett is just, but no need to put the ball in there, Toddy. And flag down. And Kai Williams says, well, there's an opportunity for me to put one in there and tie myself up with Jack Price, as we see here on the replay. And Kai Williams just goes about his work, pops inside and stick side hip on Chippy. And 13-6 is the score. Traditionally for these games, it's almost a bit of a blowout, isn't it?
It is. So
your thoughts, mate, on medals? You've had a bit more time to think about it?
I have. It's
a loose ball push. Or he's actually got possession. I was holding.
So the umpire's just a little slow on the restart there. Quick start.
Well, so there's two in the box.
Yeah.
Oh. Good work there from Capella, just to get the ball into the centre. Haskett, Henry, and that will be the game as we see the Glenelg Seahawks in the Anzac Day rematch from last year's grand final. Run-out winners, 13-6 over the Brighton Bombers. And quite a entertaining game today, Shicks, here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club.
It was.
And what about some, as you just go through some goal scorers there, as the boys just come together out there. And we might go through some goal scorers for the game.
Brighton goal scorers, 1 for Jackson Stocky, got that early piece in the first quarter. 2 to Matt Fuss, he spread him out in the second and third. Tom Freeman came to life in the third. 1 in the fourth for his 3, total of 6. and Glenelg. A good spread here, Tony, if we have a look at this here. Luke Keating with the 1, Todd Bartlett the 1, Ben Robinson an early score, Dan Evans an early score, Noah Haskett with 1, then 4 apiece to Kai Williams and Jack Price for a 13-6 runaway. 4-1 that last quarter when Brighton showed some promise in that third quarter to go 3-2 up. Some early penalties. I think they scored first in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Brighton, but Glenelg were able to, through Luke Keating as well, able to stem the flow of Jackson Stock's dominance on the X. Medal, Tone, I'm really perplexed as to who.
There's probably half dozen players that could get that. I think Keating did a great job throughout the day. I think Kai Williams certainly came into his own. I think Jack Price did a bit of work.
Dan Evans, very good.
Evans was
turning
very
the ball
good.
over, yes.
And then on Brighton side, well, I don't think, with the scoreline of that, I don't necessarily think there was too much work done.
Yep.
Ooh, don't know.
Who do you reckon?
I don't know. So we'll just, I might just have a quick chat. You just have a bit of a chat through the...
As Tony goes to talk to the powers to be. Marty mics everybody up. Not too far to go tonight. 13-6 Glenelg. Dominant in that second half where Brighton were coming back at stages. Showed glimpses, but Glenelg good enough to stem the flow. Get back in control and really get some dominance late in that game. Mic'd up, can't hear him, but Tony's mic'd up and just looking for clarification.
I know who's got it, so we'll just announce it
Sorry, Shix, as the sun just starts to set here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club, just had a quick chat.
And the temperature just drops a little too, doesn't it?
It did, didn't it? But it's been a beautiful day out here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club as we see the two teams just moseying around. There's certainly some. I mean, while the scoreboard reads it, Brighton certainly had some opportunities in that second quarter or third quarter where they had a heap of shots and just missed the cage. There's probably, they were starting to put that defence under a little bit of pressure. Just couldn't quite finish it. Mind you, down the other end, Henry Haskett, how many shots do you reckon he had today?
He would add a few, pushing double figures, you think? 8, 9, 10?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah. But I suppose when you look at that, you look at the positives in all of that, and you're getting those opportunities. Now you have to throw a ball in the air to catch it,
yep.
So you may as well. And while they've missed the cage, I think that could be something that could well come into their game plan later in the year. He hasn't played much lacrosse here in Australia for a little while, so maybe just getting to understand the boys again. Yeah,
and he'll be looking obviously to stamp himself back into the competition as well, Tony, I would think.
He would. As we see Steve Mortimer just about to announce the medalist. So did you decide on one, Chicks?
Probably Jack Price, I suppose.
Probably Jack Price?
I think that's what I'll probably go for.
Well, you know what? I like the other goal scorer in Kai Williams. I think he was...
very good too.
Came into it. Yeah, I mean, And while it's just not the score, I think you know, they had probably the top 5 players on the field, Glenelg, today.
They did. I guess key moments. Key moments were Luke Keesing was involved in keeping teasing or stopping the flow, like I mentioned earlier. Some huge ground balls for him. Cody was good. Goalkeeper.
And we might just shoot over to Steve Mortimer and let's have a listen.
I know it's a bit hot today, but a special mention to me and Grove. You know, I brought the green jacket, but it's a bit hot to put on. So we'll keep that tradition going for years to come. So dust off the green jacket. Yeah, just paying our respects to Grover. So the last thing is the Anzac Day medal. It's called the Frank Owen Medal. It'll be presented by Deirdre Owen here today. A little bit about that. Of the family, the Anzac Day medal has been named the Frank Owen, the OAM medal in recognition of his long and sustained commitment and support of lacrosse and Lacrosse SA. We are honoured to have Deirdre here to present the medal. So the medal recipient showed X attributes that you want from his commitment, his never say die work today, his teamwork, and most importantly his leadership to get Glenelg through with Luke Keesing in the face-off at 5. So, yeah. Lukey, anything to say quickly? Or? Okay, LSA TV, probably go here for a quick interview. So yeah, thanks again to Brian for the hospitality. What a great day. Good luck this year. Thanks all for coming. See you later.
And as you heard there, the Anzac Day medalist for the men's game, Luke Keesing in the face-off. And he battled hard today, but Chicks, there were probably 5 or 6 guys that could have had that. And but Lukey certainly early was up and down the ground.
Yeah, just those key moments, I suppose, when Brighton looked like they were getting back on top there. Those 2 or 3 moments where they were big contested balls to win. They might not have been game defining, but certainly helped going a long way in stemming the flow from Brighton. So yeah, well deserved.
And probably really close in that. There were probably, as I said, there's probably 5 guys who were, you know, potentially a vote or 2 away from that. So, as we're going to be joined here by the Anzac Day medalist, Mr. Luke Keesing. Lukey, really hard-fought game early. Started to ascend some dominance, especially early. They had a few turnovers. You were capitalised that as a 4-0 start. They came back. Your thoughts on the game as a whole?
Yeah, really complete effort by the boys. Not too many holes in many places. So I think the most important part was shooting percentage early. I think we might have been 3 or 4 away quite early and got to a little bit of a jump, and then we could control from there. It's always hard work knowing that you got the best face-off guy in Australia, Jackson Stock, playing on the other team, knowing that you're not going to come up with the ball all the time. But we had a bit of a plan in there just to try and hold it up as long as we could, and got a few good plays in from there, and just some really, really good decision-making all around. Play the game out quite well. Looked like, Luke, you came into the game with some set plans with Jackson. Didn't go to plan so much early, able to be flexible enough to change those plans. And like I mentioned during the call, a couple of really key moments throughout the game where big ground balls were required. That's where you're able to throw your big body around these days and come up with possession. So very good. Yeah, but the flexibility, I'd say, with that
with being able to change tactics on the crease was on the X, I should say, was significant, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. You know, knowing, like I said earlier, you know you're not going to always come up with a ball. It's about trying to make a bit of a fight of it, and got a couple of good ground balls out of the midfield. You know, it's all about wearing your opponent down, as it is in any form of the game. Make good decisions through the midfield, knowing that, you know, the ball goes back to the middle, you might not get it back again, and then just trying to play good, stingy defence from there. Trying to get your matchups right, try and play the lines right, and just, you know, to put together a 13-6 performance is probably better than we probably thought we'd get at the start of the season, but got plenty to build on from here.
And a couple of those younger guys, I mean, Henry Haskett hasn't played much ball. You've got young Noah Haskett in there. Liam Hood comes into the side. There was some, and Dan Evans early was pivotal for the side. That first 4 or 5 minutes, I think he had 3 turnovers. Those young guys coming into the side, putting shots on, you'd be pleased with that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you got Jack Price dinging them around from absolutely everywhere, it's a massive threat. And then you know that they're going to, you know, be worried about him to an extent, and then that starts to sort of free up the other guys a fair bit. And I think that was showed particularly early. And then when we got that little bit of a lead, you know, then they start to say, well, we need to push out a tiny bit. And then Jack got himself into the game, especially in the last quarter, with a few absolute big dingers from the top. So. And
Kai Williams just does a couple of little special things on the corners there.
Kai, he's a man. He's got the X factor, no doubt about it. You know, when the ball's in his stick, something's going to happen. You know, some crazy stuff that he can do. It shows it at training every week, and in the games, I'm sure there's more to see this year. So
beautiful little roll dodge there at the top. I think get back on his left and slot it high. Beautiful. But for me, Luke, those 3 guys we know are really good. But it's the next wave, isn't it? Those young kids on both teams. Brighton had a lot of new kids out there. Must be exciting. You know, you've played a long time now. You've seen a lot of guys come through. But who are some of the younger guys that really excites you?
Well, just about everyone on the team under 30 now, except for Ben and I. So there's still plenty of youth, even kicking around some of the slightly older guys. But, you know, starting from the defence, you know, Benji's one of our, you know, absolute up-and-coming guns. I thought he played excellent defence, a good left-handed option on a solid right-handed player down there. Kez is always solid, you know, knows how to play the lines. And then you just got the real young guys, you know, you're talking about Noah, you know, got Hudson and Hayden to come in and have their chance as well during the year. But I think just from today's game, it's just clear, you know, we have all-round options. And as long as the fellas are putting their hands up and getting themselves into the right spot, you know, I think we'll do pretty well this year. So.
A new coaching staff this year. They've obviously got the team into a position, big pre-season.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, Henry goes out. He's been around for years and years, and he's left a good platform for the boys to come in and take over. Fishy, you know, he takes the main role as head coach, but then you got Steve and Nige to help in there. We've got lots of people helping out. A lot of good expertise all around the field, and I think, you know, show just you put in a good, you know, hard effort in the pre-season, and we started in December. Yep. So most of the boys are fit. I've got a long way to go still, I think, but the young guys coming through, very, very fit. You can see people like, you know, Henry and Kai and Jack get all the way up and down the field lots and lots of times in a fairly hot day as well. It was quite nice in the end.
It was a beautiful day down here at the Brighton Lacrosse Club.
Yep.
And, yeah, but a 13-6 scoreline, you're a bit surprised with that? I mean, traditionally these games have been within 1 or 2 goals. Yeah,
against Brighton, you know, it's always it's a touch-and-go experience. You know, handy to put together a very complete performance today and come away with a handy win. But, you know, I thought despite the scoreline, a lot of good game management and a lot of good maturity shown by a lot of the boys. You know, people like Dan Evans, Todd Bartlett. You know, when the ball's in their stick, you know, they're mostly going to make the right call. And we, you know, sort of talked about it a lot during the year. You know, not all of it's always going to go our way. We're going to find ourselves with you know, they got a bit of a run there. They usually do get a run on. It's about trying to stop the run. How do you get out of it? Try to move your feet quickly. You can see a few times there where we're a little bit lazy. We don't move our feet quite fast enough. You know, we get balls picked off in the midfield, or we get stripped, not trying to run hard enough. So things to clean up. But, you know, those things will come throughout the season. So,
excellent.
I think the only other thing, Luke, well done on officiating now. I think got the green light for the Nationals this year.
Yeah.
A player for so long now. First time officiating in Nationals, maybe?
Yeah, it's
Senior Nationals,
yeah,
anyway.
Senior Nationals, yeah. It's been something I've wanted to do for a while, but, you know, yeah, it's hard to sort of have your eggs in two different baskets when you're sort of talking about playing and officiating. But I think, you know, I did, I think 12 or 13 state teams in a row. So it's probably about time that, you know, I move on and go to something that, you know, also interests me. And I think it's something that I can contribute to more so now than I could, you know, a couple of years ago. And I'm still trying to play, or I still play, but playing the state team. So I'm excited for that opportunity. And yeah, who knows, onwards and upwards from there. But happy to still get around here, play for the Bays.
It's going to be exciting too, isn't it? Down there
Gonna
at
be
Sturt under
exciting at
lights. It's going to be
Looking forward to it.
prime time.
We were just saying a beautiful, beautiful new facility down there, and when the Victorians and New South Wales and the Queenslanders and the WA guys come over, they're going to really enjoy that. So, but we're going to let you go and enjoy this, mate.
Awesome.
Congratulations on the Anzac Day medal.
Well,
fantastic game, and we look forward to watching you throughout the year and when you're officiating.
Good job, fellas.
So thanks, excellent. All right, well we're going to start to wrap it up here, Shicks. Huge shout out to our cameraman Christian, and obviously to Brighton for the women's game. Fantastic.
Yep, absolutely. He makes it so much easier when he's on the lens, doesn't he?
He doesn't miss a thing, does he, Christian? He's and it's always the spot on shot. If there was an award for cameraman, I reckon he's certainly pushing the boundaries. To Marty Baker. On the comms,
a great
makes
comeback,
it happen.
wasn't it?
Great comeback.
Yeah, little hiccup at the start. But gee, he came over with a
You're
wet
down
sail.
10-0, and all of a sudden you come home and win 11-10 in OT.
I think he just likes to throw that little bit of doubt out there, and so everyone starts to doubt him, and then he pulls out a performance like that. So
but he does a fantastic job.
Very good, Marty.
Yourself, mate. Fantastic, and it's great. It was great to have Charlotte here, but yeah, thank you very much as always.
Of course, Tony back on the mic. After a little bit of time away, Friday night this week, Saturday night, probably under
lights down at Sturt.
Yeah, is that being broadcast? So the Woodville Sturt game as well.
That'll be a fantastic game. But do yourself a favour, come out and watch it live. If you haven't seen the Sturt Lacrosse Club under lights,
well,
it's
the beauty is,
a beautiful place.
I saw a lot today, Tony, out here watching live, but also having the phone on, catching the replays. I mean,
yeah,
why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? So, but what it does show is we've got a fantastic season of lacrosse ahead here in South Australia. It'll all be brought to you live and free on Lacrosse SA TV.
Yep.
So, on behalf of Craig Schicker and myself, Tony Watts, we are going to leave you here. Thank you to the Brighton Lacrosse Club. We look forward to seeing you very, very soon, as in Saturday night. And until the sticks are swinging, mate, we'll see you then.
See you then.